Well, Andrew, thanks again for coming on the program, sir. It's good talking to you.
Thank you.
All right, so I guess let's start with what's going on in Virginia here. A couple of gun-related bills on the move. In fact, a couple bills actually sent out from the House committees to the full House in Virginia, right?
Yes, that is correct. Today, the full House Militia Committee met and sent 4 pro-gun bills to the floor today. Last night, the subcommittee met, and they dispatched a number of anti-gun bills, including the perennial so-called gun show loophole bill and a high-capacity magazine ban. Sorry, not a ban, a limit. Arbitrary 20 rounds. Made no sense.
Mm-hmm.
So they were summarily dispatched by the subcommittee, and then they are dead for the year. Today we also had passed on the House floor a bill to exempt a family firearm from bankruptcy.
Oh,
So
that's good. This is legislation that I know is not unique to Virginia. There are a couple of other states out there that are doing this, and
right.
This seems to me, our opponents talk about common sense measures. This appears to me to be a really common sense measure, Andrew. If you're going through bankruptcy, you are allowed to keep certain items, and one of those should be a firearm that you can defend yourself and your family with.
Right, or possibly you use it for hunting to provide food for your family.
Yeah.
I mean, there's another situation for it. So to leave an individual defenseless and unable to provide it is not something I think our founding fathers set up.
Absolutely. Well, that's great. So that passed out of the House of Delegates today?
Yes, that passed out of the House, unanimous 98-0, off to the Senate, where couldn't tell you what's going to happen yet. It's a little early. It's going to have to be decided what committee it's going to be sent to, and we'll take it from there.
See, this scares me, Andrew. When you say that something passed out of the House by a vote of 98-0, and yet you're not sure what's going to happen in the Senate, is that just because of the difference in the makeup between the House and the Senate?
It is. It is. It's a tale of two chambers, I like to call it. The House is solidly pro-gun, pro-self-defense. So the Senate is at times mild in both. So
all right. Well, I mean, should us gun owners in Virginia, should we start contacting our state senators now?
Yeah, I think so. It's always a good time to let them know how you feel about bills, and I'll never say, it's a bad time to let them know. So if you have the opportunity, please give them a call and know you support House Bill 1422. It's a family firearm bankruptcy bill. And, again, let them know you support it.
Absolutely. All right, so while this is going on in Virginia, just up the road a ways in Annapolis, Maryland, the legislature is meeting, and, boy, you talk, again, a tale of two chambers. How about a tale of two states? You at least have a pro-gun chamber in the House in Virginia. In Maryland, gun owners are playing defense this year, aren't we?
Yeah, separated by, I think, maybe around 100 miles, but they're two different worlds.
Yeah.
February 10th, there's going to be 2 bills up in the Senate Judicial Proceedings Committee. One is, again, an annual bill dealing with dealers' licenses, retail dealers' licenses. They attempt to stretch it out further than what federal law requires on reporting, on, providing information to the state police anytime they want it, when the ATF says maybe once a year, or searches can only be performed in case of a bona fide criminal investigation. But certain Maryland state senators want to give the state police power to go above and beyond. But even scarier is the fact that they are pushing a limit on the rounds you can have in your detachable magazine. Currently, Maryland has a 20-round capacity, and they want to cut that in half to 10.
So what would stop them, a year from now or 2 years from now, Andrew, from going and saying, how about 5?
Yeah, or 1.
Or 1.
Yep. I put it nothing past them. All they have to do is if they get it down to 10, they strike out a 0 the next year, and it's 1.
Oof. All right, so these bills are going to be heard, as you say, next Thursday in Maryland.
Yes, they will. On the Senate, there has been an introduction of a House companion bill on the detachable magazine limit, and I don't believe it has been scheduled yet. I'll have to double check, but I'm sure we'll chat between now and Thursday, and I'll let everyone know if it has been scheduled.
Okay. Now, there are also a couple of good bills that are supposed to be heard next Thursday as well, right?
Not
Or
well.
not? No.
No, not.
No.
I'm
Okay.
always having to think. In Maryland, you never want to say yes. They did have actually last. I think on the 9th they had a similar federal. I guess not a federal, but the firearms bankruptcy bill.
Okay. All right. Now, what about House Bill 343? That's a good bill, right? This would repeal the requirement by the Secretary of the State Police that somebody who's applying for a concealed carry permit would have to show, quote, good and substantial reason to be issued one.
Yeah. No. That's a great bill. The problem with that, unfortunate. Again, it's the Maryland chamber.
Yeah.
We're strongly in support of that bill. We're working to pass it, but they usually end up being held to a pocket veto. And the other scary part is if a bill gets out in Maryland, the anti-gun legislators control the state, and they could turn that bill into a bad anti-gun bill.
All right.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think I talked to you after the election. It's Maryland went the opposite way of the rest of the country and went more liberal.
Yeah, and this is one reason why, a couple of years ago I was debating moving across the Potomac River into Maryland and ultimately decided to remain in the Commonwealth of Virginia.
Oh, well, good.
Hey, Andrew, thank you so much, sir, for coming on the program, and I know we'll be talking again quite a bit over the next couple of months.
Yes, I absolutely will be. Thank you for reaching out and letting everyone know what's going on.
You bet, Andrew. Thank you, sir. We'll talk to you again very soon.
All right, bye.
Andrew Jennison, NRA ILA's Virginia and Maryland State Liaison, joining us here on NRAnews.com.